Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is our Week 16 NFL game picks. It's holiday season. You can see with the Santa hat, and yeah, today is Christmas as the day of doing this video. And unfortunately, don't have any of my co-hosts with me, but I'm still gonna announce their picks. This is gonna be basically a speed run of our Week 16 picks. Now, as of recording this is after the Minnesota New Orleans game, and none of us besides Eddie were able to get our picks in for that game, and Eddie picked the Saints. So obviously you're gonna see a lot different format this week. Just gonna run through it real quick and just get you guys the information you need. So, so we have football on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I do not think there's a Monday game. Well, there is one. I think this is the last Monday game of the season because of Week 17, all Sunday games. Now, let's get on to it. So first game was Minnesota at New Orleans. That was today on Christmas. And Saints, not even the Saints. Alvin Kamara. Alvin Kamara had an amazing game, and that led them over the Minnesota Vikings 52-33, which was insane. Next, we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Detroit Lions tomorrow morning. Well, it's Saturday. Whenever you guys are watching this, Saturday at 1 p.m. Tampa Bay Buccaneers at Detroit Lions. Tampa is 9-5, and then Detroit is 5-9, and Tampa needs to keep on winning. They are in a good spot for the wild card spot, but besides that, they kind of wanted to win that NFC South, but it's not looking likely, especially now with that big win by the Saints. And speaking of that win, I think Minnesota is officially eliminated from the playoffs, being 6-9 at the moment. We're all going to go Tampa Bay. Let's keep it short and simple. I'm going to take the Tampa Bay team that has pretty much a flipped record of this Detroit Lions all the time. Detroit seems to always kind of blow these type of games. Next, we have the 4:30 game on Saturday. The San Francisco 49ers at the Arizona Cardinals, which are teams that are sharing the stadium. And San Francisco 5-9. Lots of injuries. Arizona Cardinals 8-6. I would say they're kind of underperforming their expectations, especially if you kind of started expecting more things from them during the middle of the season when they were kind of hot. And but we're all going Arizona here. I think Arizona's going to have a way better chance to win this game than the 49ers. It's just how their season has been going for the 49ers has not been favorable to them. And it's pretty unfortunate to the Arizona Cardinals, but it is, to the 49ers, but it is what it is. Cardinals kind of slide of bad games, and it is what it is. Next, we're going to go to my favorite game of the week. We have the Miami Dolphins at the Las Vegas Raiders. Not the Oakland Raiders. Not the hat that John Gruden comes out in wearing Oakland Raiders instead of Las Vegas Raiders in the first half of last week's game. No, it's Las Vegas Raiders. Dolphins are heading over there. They are 9-5. Raiders are 7-7. As of right now, no Derek Carr confirmed. I'm about to do my game pre-game review of this game, but before I do that, I'm doing the game picks, and I just Marcus Mariota, big Hawaiian quarterback when he came out, and now he's possibly going to be facing probably the biggest Hawaiian player in the game right now, Tua Tagovailoa, and I think Tua has the upper hand. I've liked what I've seen from Tua a lot, and it might be biased, but it is what it is. I think the Dolphins are just a slightly better team than this Las Vegas Raiders squad. And, it's going to be a competitive game, don't get me wrong. But at the end of it, the Dolphins are going to come out on top. And Eddie and I believe the Dolphins are going to win. Bryce and Chris, as haters that they are, they're going with the Raiders. Guys, I do not understand that pick. So that is the last game for Saturday. Sunday now. Let's kick it off with the Atlanta Falcons at the Kansas City Chiefs. We're not going to waste too much time here. Atlanta's 4-10, Kansas City 13-1. We're all going Kansas City. Let's keep it moving. Next, another quick game that we're going to talk about. Chicago Bears at the Jacksonville Jaguars. Bears 7-7, Jaguars 1-13, and Bears are going to come out on top of this one. Jacksonville is pretty much in first place of reverse first place to get the number 1 pick in the NFL draft, and I'm pretty sure they want to keep it that way. So the Bears are going to win this one. Everyone's picking the Bears here. Let's keep it moving. Next, we have the Cincinnati Bengals at the Houston Texans. Cincinnati 3-10-1 just got a big win on Monday Night Football against the Steelers. Wow, those Steelers are on a slide right now. Houston 4-10, and this game not too interesting if you're not a fan of either one of these teams. Now, we're all going Houston here, I believe. Yeah, we're all going Houston here, and the reason for that is Houston is a better team. They've just been so slighted this season. It's been unfortunate. Bad slide of games. Honestly, the first 4 games of the season were against former playoff teams who I think they all beat them. So it is what it is. But this game, I believe Houston comes out on top. But don't be surprised with the performance that Cincinnati did yesterday on Monday night if they can continue on that. But they have a really good draft position. I would assume they don't want to screw that up at this point in the season. Next, we have the Cleveland Browns at the New York Jets. Let's not spend too much time on these not so good games. We have 10-4 Browns against the 1-13 Jets. We're all going Browns. Next, this is probably one of the best games in the 1 o'clock window. Indianapolis Colts at the Pittsburgh Steelers. Wow, 10-4, 11-3, and Pittsburgh has lost their last 3 games after starting off the season 11-0. Lots of bad juju happening. Yeah, no pun intended. Juju Smith-Schuster kept on doing a viral TikTok dance or whatnot on opposing teams' logos. And last couple games, players have not been too fond of it. And not to say that's the root of what's the problem, because when they're 11-0, Chase Claypool said, losing, never heard of her. Now you've heard of her 3 weeks in a row. But this is going to be one of those heavyweight type of battles. I really, really like this matchup. Indianapolis has one of the best defenses in the NFL at the moment. And Pittsburgh, so did they. But they've been dealing with a lot of injuries at the linebacker position. And it's been affecting them. You can obviously see it. They have 2 of their best linebackers out for the season, both with, I believe, torn ACLs. Quote me if I'm wrong on that. But for this game, we have 2-2. We have a 2-way tie. Me and Bryce are going with the Colts, and then Christopher and Eddie are going with the Steelers. I don't know. This is one of those games, flip a coin. It's either or. But as of with the way Pittsburgh has been playing as of late, I do not see them win this game. I don't see Pittsburgh really doing much unless they get their kind of mojo back. Juju vowed to not do that anymore. We'll see. Let's see if he comes out and dances on the Steelers logo. Next, we have the New York Giants at the Baltimore Ravens. Everyone here is going Baltimore. Giants are 5-9. Baltimore is 9-5. I really want the Giants to win to help out the Dolphins. Is that going to happen? Unlikely. But, you can only wish. But, yeah, we're all going Baltimore Ravens here. Next, we have the Carolina Panthers at the Washington football team. Carolina 4-10. Washington 6-8 on top of the division NFC East. And they're going to try to keep it that way. Dwayne Haskins went to a strip club. Got caught not wearing a mask. They removed his captain title on the team. And he got fined a lot of money. And he's still running through the Corona protocol. Unfortunate situation, especially when you have Alex Smith also out. So, you got the spot, man. Why are you going to jeopardize it by doing something stupid, letting yourself get exposed like that? Not a smart move. But besides that, I am going Washington. We're all going Washington. Next, we have the Denver Broncos at the Los Angeles Rams. These last 2 games are in the 4:05 window. Denver Broncos, Los Angeles Rams, 5-9 Broncos, 5-9 Chargers. My bad, I said Rams earlier. We are all going Chargers here. Chargers are obviously the better team than the Broncos, but you don't know what Broncos team you're going to get. At least with the Chargers, they're going to fight. They're going to be very competitive, but most of the time they're not going to come out on top. It's been the story of the Chargers this season. They've been very good, very competitive, just haven't been able to do enough to get the win. And it's unfortunate. But they're already out of playoff contention. But they probably want to win because they have been struggling against their divisional rivals in the last 2 seasons. So we're all going Chargers here. Next, let's take it to the Los Angeles Rams at the Seattle Seahawks. This game is at 4:25 p.m. And I'm kind of split on this one because I really like Seattle, but the Rams have been kind of inching up and like getting on my list of who I think is a little bit better each and every week. But yeah, Los Angeles Rams 9-5, Seattle Seahawks 10-4. Seattle's clinched playoff berth, but they have not officially won the division. It's most likely going to come down to this game, whether or not if Seattle can hold off the Rams, they're obviously winning this division. But as of right now, it's the Rams' division to lose, sort of, just because if the Rams lose this game, they obviously lose the division. Probably not lose a playoff spot, but it does hurt them in the long run. Losing to the Jets, humongous. It really hurt the Rams a lot. But all the guys are going Seattle. I am kind of on the fence of going over towards Seattle side, but right now I have the Rams. You know what? Let me check the leaderboard for 1 second. I'm still on top, but it's by 2 games. And Eddie already has a game up on me this week. You know what? I got to do it. I got to separate myself a little bit here. And so, yeah. I really like what's happening in this matchup. This is going to be a good game to watch. Another game at the 4:25 window. We have the Philadelphia Eagles at the Dallas Cowboys. Philadelphia 4-9-1, Cowboys 5-9, and the Cowboys are actually looking like they're gonna be that team that's gonna be last in the NFC East, which realistically isn't bad for them. They just get a good draft position, but besides that, nothing much going on there. Me and Eddie are both going Philadelphia. I've really loved with what Jalen Hurts has been able to put out there for the Eagles. Now, Cowboys, pretty good team. Let's not lie here. Just bad season, honestly. They have a lot of good talent. They've been dealing with some injuries. Obviously, not having your number 1 quarterback is going to be huge for any team, any scenario. But with that being said, Bryce and Chris are going with the Cowboys. Now let's move to the Sunday night game. We have the Tennessee Titans at the Green Bay Packers. You already know who Bryce is picking. Let's not lie to you here. Bryce is going to pick Tennessee. They're 10-4. Green Bay is 11-3. This is a bigger game for Tennessee than it is for Green Bay. But with the Saints winning today, this makes it a big game for Green Bay once again now. And that was to be expected. Let's not lie here. That was to be expected, but it's kind of, people are saying, oh, this game is meaningless for the Green Bay Packers. No game is meaningless in the NFL. Obviously, when you're kind of coasting to the end, I wouldn't say coasting so much, but like they're in prime position to get the number 1 seed in the NFC. This is a game that they need to win to continue to separate themselves, because the Saints are knocking on their door. And then not only that, Seattle's kind of knocking on their door too. So if they lose, Seattle's right there too. And if Seattle wins, obviously, Seattle will be 11-4, and so will the Green Bay Packers and the New Orleans Saints. So it's going to be interesting what happens there in the final leg of the NFC number 1 spots. But Tennessee Titans, I don't know if you saw, but Will Compton, kind of practice squad guy, special teamer, on and off of the team. But he does busting with the boys with Taylor Lewan, the Titans star left end. Now, he's out for the season, Taylor Lewan. Will Compton on the injury report for having a horrible haircut. It was pretty funny. If you haven't seen it yet, try to look it up. Pretty sure you probably have seen it if you're into any type of sports news outlets. And I am going Green Bay. All the guys are going Tennessee. Come on. You really think you're going to go up in Green Bay and beat Aaron Rodgers when he's kind of having this MVP-like season? Tennessee is a really good team. Do not get me wrong. I'm not trashing Tennessee in any type of way. But Green Bay, Aaron Rodgers, at home in December, I mean, what type of recipe is that? That is a recipe for success for the Green Bay Packers. Now, last and final game of the week. People could have thought this would have been an important game earlier on this season. Not really at this point, because Bills have locked up the AFC East title at 11-3. Buffalo Bills at New England Patriots, Monday Night Football, 8:15. Patriots 6-8, officially eliminated from playoffs. Let's keep it simple here. We're all going Buffalo. And before I finish off here, we're going to go to the leaderboard, see what happened last week. I had the best record last week, which was okay, but actually no, Chris did. Wow, congrats, Chris. So week 15, I went 12-4. Chris went 13-3. Bryce went 11-5. So did Eddie. Now, currently on the season, and currently as so far in this week 16, all the guys are 0-1 except for Eddie. Eddie is 1-0, and that would have been a lot easier if any of us would have logged on and picked our teams. But holiday season, people are busy. It happens. Now, I'm leading the record with 150 and 75. We got Eddie with 148 to 77. Bryce is next with 144, 81, and then Chris is in dead last right now, 140, 85. Now, it's a lot quicker episode, not so much information being thrown out, obviously, because it's only me, but I hope the guys and every one of you watching can have a great, happy holiday season. Obviously, it is Christmas already, and by the time you watch it, it probably is after Christmas, but who knows. And just hope you guys have a good holiday season heading into 2021, and hopefully it's a lot better than 2020, if you know what I mean. Now, we're going to be back next week with the final week of the regular season, week 17 game picks. I probably will be out of town, so it'll be tough to record that, but I'm going to figure something out. Now, with that being said, like I've said it a bunch of times, enjoy your holidays, and don't forget to check out NFL Game Picker, and see you in the next video.